Hi guys, back here again for another look at some dolls. It's been a hot minute since I last did one of these, so not everything here will be extremely new, but I'm still going to talk about it because who am I to deny you my opinions on as many things as possible? So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. As always, we're starting with our good friend Barbara. We have a look at the fourth Barbie style doll, and my opinion on her is pretty much the same as the past three. I feel like I've pretty much run out of things to say about the Barbie style dolls. It's safe to say they're not for me. Barbie Extra recently dropped these mini dolls, and I think it's obvious what they're trying to compete with here, but they're not the worst thing I've ever seen. They're kind of cute in a lemon-heady kind of way, and from what I can see, their clothing quality is actually quite nice. Better than the actual Barbie Extras in some ways, but they still don't hold a candle to the LOL Queens. I have to be honest, again, just not for me. There's this Dreamtopia jet ski set, and I'm like, do I like this? Am I crazy? Do I actually like this? I think I do. It's fun, the doll is very pretty, and dare I say she's kinda giving me the 90s Barbie fantasy I've been craving. Next, I gotta talk about the new Cutie reveal Barbies. And I usually don't talk about the reveal Barbies here because I just kind of ignore them in real life too, but these? I'm kind of stunned, I can't lie. Okay, yes, I know, you can go ahead and get all of like your furry and fursuit jokes out of the way. I'll give you a second, I can wait. Okay, so moving on, these dolls look weirdly great. The clothes obviously aren't my favorite, but the faces are some of the prettiest I've seen on Barbies in a long time. Like, the blonde one is kind of serving CEO face, which I really love, and the hair looks great, and they're even articulated. Like, what's going on? They are $25 though, which I have a really hard time justifying, but like, yeah, I am genuinely surprised I like these as much as I do. Before I move on, I do want to say that I have seen the leaks of the new upcoming Monster High dolls. I can't really post or talk about them because I live in constant fear of a copyright strike, but just know that I am very happy with what I've seen so far, and I literally can't wait until I can gush about them properly. Okay, next. Disney dolls, because I have a backlog of those. So we have 3 months of the new Disney designer dolls to cover, and I don't know what happened between 2021 and 2022, but the dolls for this year are blowing the 3 dolls from last year out of the water. Mulan, gorgeous. I know her face is pretty divisive, but I personally love it. Tiana is absolutely beautiful too. It gives me exactly what I look for in a Disney designer doll, in that it's very elegant, very beautiful, not too over the top while still being referential to her movie and recognizable as her character. Probably my favorite one so far. Aurora is very, very pretty too. Again, the fact she has a simpler design compared to some of the past dolls really works for her. You know I love the word elegant, but yes, she's very elegant and I'm very into it. But speaking of Disney, something very big just happened in the doll world, and you've probably already seen it, but Mattel has actually regained the Disney Princesses license from Hasbro and will start producing dolls again for Disney in 2023. So Hasbro has had the license for a few years, and it's no secret I'm not a huge fan of their Disney princess dolls. I even ranked Hasbro's Disney dolls as one of my top flops of 2021 in that particular video. I very firmly believe that Hasbro needs to lose the Disney princess license. They've had their fun, but it's gone on for too long. I also put Nana Nanteens on that list, and rumor is they've been canceled too. So Barbie Extra, count your days, girl. Anyways, I'm excited about this. To be frank, Mattel's Disney Princess line had some fairly terrible diversity and has been responsible for some really terrible Disney Princess dolls, which is partially why they lost the license in the first place. But they've made some really fun dolls too, and the company seems much more committed to diversity these days. So I'm optimistic. I'm excited to see where this goes. I think this is a much needed change for sure. Hasbro did actually have some fun Disney princess dolls on the way though. the new style series Jasmine and Ariel dolls looked really fun, and I do still kind of hope they come out, but yeah, RIP. There's a new line of Mermaid High dolls on the way, which genuinely surprises me considering this brand is from Spin Master, so I expected it to last like 5 seconds. But anyways, it's a spring break swimsuit line, and they're very pretty. I love all the new colors. I do think the new girl looks a little bit silly. Okay, a lot silly, but still cute. I did notice that Mari is nowhere to be seen though, and a few of the upcoming lines were posted early to Amazon, also none of which include Mari, which greatly worries me because she's my favorite character. Where's Mari? Where's my girl? Okay, speaking of mermaids, we have an entirely new line to discuss. Mermaids from MGA. And we're still in the middle of the rollout, so we haven't seen every doll at the time of me recording this, but we have seen the first 4. And my overall impression is that I'm pretty excited for these. It might just be my mermaid bias speaking, I'm fully willing to admit that, but yeah, I do really like these. I know the face mold is pretty maligned, but I really don't mind them. I do think it suits some characters more than others, but overall I kinda like it. But I do think we absolutely needed more than one face mold overall. Like, for instance, the first character revealed, Kishiko, is supposed to be Japanese, judging by her name and the actress they hired to represent her in the reveal. But looking at her doll, I absolutely never would have known that. But all that said, I like that it's a different take on mermaids. Like, we already have so many dolls that are the very traditional oceany seashell mermaid. And I love that, and I think there can never be too many mermaid dolls, but I am also very open to something different, and Mermaze is quite different. And the clothing and hair quality does look pretty great, which I guess it better be considering they only have so many clothes, but I am excited to see where these go. I do have more specific thoughts on all the different characters and such, and I'm bursting at the gills to talk about them, but I still have more things to cover, so I should probably move on. But, like, absolutely let me know what you think of them down in the comments so I can yell about them as much as I want to. Oh, I do really hate the packaging design though, I will say that. So, 2022 is the year of the fish girls, because we're also getting a movie called Barbie Mermaid Power coming soon. And yes, I didn't put this in the Barbie section just so I can make this segue. Anyways, the fun thing about this movie is that it'll also include Brooklyn Barbie as a main character, which is awesome, and also just the fact we're getting a more fantasy-oriented Barbie movie again. The dolls look but I'm very, very excited for the movie regardless. The Bratz Sweetheart Megan reproduction. She's cute, it's a nice reproduction for sure, but she was never a Bratz doll I personally really wanted that badly. Sorry, I'm on Team Dana for this one. I also didn't order her almost solely because when I ordered Holiday Felicia, she got lost in the mail, and I'm still recovering from that, and I'm taking this opportunity to complain about it again. The LOL OMG Queens assortment. I already know people are going to think these are so ugly, but here I am coming to disagree. I mean, the point of this line is obviously to be very, very over the top and eclectic, and I love that. I do think a few things aren't executed super well, like Miss Divine's head flower things or Prism's shoes, but overall, I really, really like this line. I think LOL OMG has hit it out of the park once more. Let's see. Oh yeah, Rainbow High, Junior High. These are, I don't know. I'm not particularly mad at them, but I think I might pass, personally. I feel like I might regret getting them in the long run because I just don't see what they offer over the regular Rainbow High dolls aside from just being slightly smaller. If I was going to get one, I guess it would be Sunny because she's always the cutest, obviously, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, and while I'm here, I just wanted to give a proper update on the whole, doxing situation, which if you don't know about, I'll refer you to the video where I first talked about it. But anyways, I did give this update in my community tab, but somehow it just didn't occur to me that not everyone would see that. So to put it briefly, the situation was resolved, not necessarily in the way I or a lot of other people were hoping, but apologies were given to the victim. I don't know what was said, it's not really my business, and at this point it's for the victim to decide if what happened was substantial or not. Again, if you want more information, please refer to my community post on the subject. So, more Rainbow High. Pacific Coast is more or less out now. I'm pretty late to the party on talking about these, unfortunately, but if you're curious, my favorites are Margot and Phaedra. I've already gotten Phaedra, and I'm definitely getting Margot as soon as I can. I may get the rest eventually, but as great as I think the whole line is, I do think it's also inexcusably expensive. Speaking of expensive, Lily Chang. So, yes, Lily is very, very expensive, but I do also think she's just a spectacular doll. So beautiful. And I'm very excited to see a lot of representation of things like Lunar New Year and Chinese culture in general, such as the Lunar New Year Barbie and American Girl's 2022 Girl of the Year Corinne Tan, who I already got and I love. But, just coming off from the past few years, where there was a very disgusting and very gross rise in discrimination against Chinese people, I'm glad to see these dolls being celebrated and embraced the way that they are. But even aside from that, Lily is a very spectacular doll. I do wish that her first and second outfits were maybe a little more distinct from one another, made with different colors or at least different shades of red, but there's such a stellar amount of detail here that it really makes up for it. Do I still think she's overpriced though? Well, yes. Especially for the international collectors. My god, my heart really goes out to y'all. But I think that's everything I have on my list for today. As always, thank you so much for watching, and be sure to let me know which dolls you are most excited for and which ones you will be passing up on. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe for any future fashion doll content. Now go out and get those dolls.